So the next question is elaborate on your understanding of cash flow. Now, when you are asked to elaborate, they are asking you to expatiate, to elucidate, to, in a layman's term, say as much as you know about that, concept, cash flow. Now, when you say cash flow is the movement of money into or out of a business, a project, or financial product. Now, when a business is running, now when you want to determine the cash flow, you are trying to look at how much money is coming into that business. That's what we call cash inflow. And how much money is going out of that business, that's what we call cash outflow. So cash inflow plus cash outflow, when you put the two together, that's what we call cash flow. So cash flow consists of inflow and outflow. So when you are looking at the inflow and outflow of money out of a business or into a business, that's what we call cash flow. Now, cash flow basically is used to, one, determine project rate of return. Now, what do you mean by to determine project rate of return? What that means is that if you are going to invest in a business, let's say you want to put 1,000 naira and you are expecting to get 250 naira after putting the 1,000. Now, your expected rate of return for that business is 25%. How did I get the 25%? 250 over 1,000 times 100. Now, that 25% can tell you that the inflow of this business is going to be 125%. That is the original money that I put in the business plus the profits. So cash flow can be used to measure or determine, the rate of return you are expecting in the business. The second thing that cash flow does is that it determines liquidity problem in a business. Now, what's the word liquidity? What does it mean? Liquidity means, in business language, it means that ability or easy access to cash. Easy access to cash. It's not every business that are liquid. Some businesses are more liquid than the other. Any business that cash is always going out and coming in has high liquidity. But a business that they don't really deal with cash, it means that that business has low liquidity. So now your cash flow can also be used to measure how the rate at which cash is flowing into a business or the rate at which cash is going out of a business. For example, if you look at banks have high liquidity. Why? Because money is not always going out of bank, money is always coming inside bank. But you can't compare the way money flows into a bank coming in and out, compare it to maybe people that are into real estate business. Some of them, before they will buy land, before they will sell it, or if it is house, it will take a long time to convert that house or the land into cash. So that's what we mean by liquidity. So one of the importance of cash flow is that you use it to measure how much cash used to flow in and out of a business and at what rates. Number 3 is that cash flow is an alternative measure of business profits. How do you measure whether a company is making profit or not? One of the things you use is cash flow. Cash flow can also be used to measure, whether you are making profit in the business or you are not making profit. Then determine the quality of income. It's not all businesses that make huge money that are making profits. Have you heard of people who will say, I'm in this business, I'm selling 1 carton for 2.5, my gain is just 15 naira. Now, businesses like that needs to sell in volumes for them to have a lot of profit. So it's not every business that make money every time that all the money belongs to them. No. So a business can be making plenty money, but the money might not be its own. So it means that it's not all the cash inflow that is profit. So cash flow is also one of the measures you can use to determine the quality of your income. And of course, cash flow are classified into three. You have operating cash flow, you have investment cash flow, and you have financing cash flow. Now when you say operating cash flow are cash flow that are generated by normal business operation. That is the day-to-day running of the business. The money they get and the money they spend is what we call operating cash flow. Day-to-day money that is coming inside the business and that is going out of the business. Then when you say investment cash flow has to do with the cash flow that deals with the change in the company's cash position. Now, a business can decide to be highly liquid or can decide to be less liquid. What do I mean by that? A business that has 500 million can decide that this 500 million, we want to keep it in the bank so that anytime we need money, we can always go and collect it. It means that that business has decided to operate as high liquidity business. But another business can say, no, I won't keep 500 million in the bank. Let me go and use 400 million to buy land so that that land will appreciate. Then let me keep 100 million in the bank. Then that means the business has decided to be less liquid because they have used large portion of that money to buy an asset that cannot be easily converted to cash. So, and that is what your investment cash flow is talking about. Then the financing cash flow, we said financing cash flow deals with the cash flow that deals with the source that brings the flow. Now let me explain this. A business can decide to be financed by only equity. Equity means shares. A business can also decide to be financed by equity and debt. Now, so it means that a business can decide that all the money I will be using to run my business will only be money gotten from shares. And another business can say, no, the money I will be using to run my business will be money from shares and the money I borrowed from the bank. Now, any firm that uses only equity, you call that firm a levered firm or unlevered firm or ungeared firm. Now, a firm that uses equity and debt to finance a business, you call that geared or levered firm. Now, you see, if you are using money to run your business, let's say part of it is from shares and part of it is what you borrowed from the bank. As a business, you have to analyze which out of the two money is bringing more profit for you. Is it the money that you got from shares or the money that you got from the bank? So when you are considering all these dynamics, that is what you call financing cash flow. And of course, before you can end the solution to that question, you have to talk about how to manage cash flow. Now, cash flow can be managed basically in three ways. One, improve receivables. It means that as a business, always try to make sure that you get the money, all the money that people are owing you. Make sure that more money is flowing into the business. Then, managing payables. That is, all the money you will spend, reduce it. So as a business, how can you survive high liquidity? Or how can you have high liquidity? It is when you try to increase your inflow and reduce your cash outflow. Increasing your inflow means improve receivable. Reducing your outflow means managing payable. Then 3, surviving shortfalls. Surviving shortfalls means that at the point where you don't have enough money, enough cash to be running the business, what are the alternatives that you have in place? I repeat that. There are times where a business will be out of cash. Now, at that period, as a business, what are the other measures you are going to put in place to be managing your business before cash will roll in? And so, that is what you are expected to talk about, what? Cash flow. And of course, the next thing we are going to talk about, that which is the 5B, is that we are going to talk about coupon rates. We are going to talk about zero coupon bond, and of course, you are going to talk about floating rate bond. So I want to give you 1 minute to quickly capture everything that is on the board. Thank you.